Hey, it's Max Bretos. This is Inside LAFC, joining you from the Performance Center, preparing for the San Jose earthquakes, and I'll be joined by Bob Bradley shortly to talk about that. We'll also talk about the U.S. Open Cup, history made on Wednesday night, Bank of California Stadium. We salute all of those who came out and made the event feel big once again. It wasn't easy against Fresno FC. Diego Rossi coming off the bench to score. LAFC finds a way. They'll go into the fifth round, and we know their opponent will be Sacramento Republic. But before we look forward, let's look back at another magical night at the bank at the U.S. Open Cup.
We're going to Expo Station, so that way we can head to our game. We got our first ever Open Cup game against Fresno FC.
Metro, it's pretty convenient for the midweek games. We've tried both ways, and we were fighting traffic in our cars for over an hour, and now we're gonna go grab a win in the Open Cup.
Now arriving, Expo Park, USC Station.
And now as we prepare for Open Cup here at LAFC, we will already have talked about how we're going to really go after it in a real way.
It's the first chance for us to lift a trophy ever, and so that's pretty special, and I think it's something that we're going to want to chase.
For the first time ever, Bank of California Stadium hosts a U.S. Open Cup match. LAFC take on Fresno FC here in the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. It's Kovar, the in-swinging left footer, towards the six, knocked down, still loose, headed by Jakovic, and in! Chip to the middle of the park, Malice trying to take it down, Malice, left-footed shot is blocked, still loose, Blessing shot, goal! Latif Blessing on the rebound, makes it 2-0, LAFC! Blessing hammers it home, and LAFC double their lead here. And that's it. The referee blows this game done. LAFC 2, Fresno FC 0 in the first ever game for Los Angeles Football Club in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Open Cup, never easy. Team like Fresno, experienced, well coached, but it's good to move on. And we look forward to the next part of the Open Cup, next round.
So there you saw it, the game under the belt, first ever U.S. Open Cup game. Bob, what do you take away from that first experience with this club?
We told our team ahead of time that these games are never easy, and I think we were right on target. Fresno was prepared. A team of guys that have been around the block a little bit. And
they were big.
Well, not just
yeah.
big, but you know, some of those guys have been on teams that surprised in Open Cups. You know, Danny Barrera was part of some of Eric Winalda's different teams that had some Open Cup success. So, you know, those are guys that love the game, and they continue to play because they're into it. They have a real passion, and so they know how to play the game, and they come in, and they're not a bunch of young guys that are afraid to rub their noses with MLS teams. So we knew that. I thought overall we handled the game well. A lot of possession, a lot of passes. Still at times our ability to open teams up a little quicker with the right pass, the right move. But we advance, and we look forward to the next round.
Good to hear you say that. To let Fresno have their moment, it was a huge game for them, certainly gave a great effort. After the game, there was a question asked about Diego Rossi, and you said that Rossi was a player for Peñarol. Yes, I understand he has to be an important player for LAFC. Where do you see him right now with those expectations?
That he's done very well for us, but I think he can do more. And so whenever you have a talented young player, you encourage, but you also try to push them because you want to see them take more responsibility, raise the level of their game, and not be satisfied with some of that early success. And I think Diego is a prime target for us pushing him because he's talented, and the fact that he's been able to do as well as he has so far reinforces the kind of player, the kind of talent that we brought, and now we want to push him harder.
Next up, it'll be June the 20th at Bank of California Stadium. What do you know about Sacramento?
We played them in preseason, so always a strong team, well put together. Some guys that also have experience, and so you know, a good team. And Todd Donovan is the general manager. Simon Elliott is the manager, the coach. And so those are guys that had success in Major League Soccer. Both got to know each other a little bit with the Galaxy. And so both are Stanford guys as well. So, you know, Stanford.
Smarter than all of us, not you, for me anyway.
No, they're smarter than me.
Yeah,
so on that end.
You got the Princeton connection. I went to Florida State.
I was
I'm
the
public
dumbest
school guy
ever to graduate from Princeton. So I stake that claim with a lot of pride.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Sacramento did very well as they knocked out the Seattle Sounders in extra time to get to this point. Before we get to that, San Jose Earthquakes, what sticks out about that challenge on the road here for LAFC?
I still think that when you play San Jose, the respect that you have for Houston and Wando. These are guys that don't need much of an opening to score goals. And so our ability, as always, control games, create chances, but we need to be very, very good in key moments because those are guys that can punish.
Okay, and at that game, it's going to be on YouTube TV on Saturday, and our Giovina Catalina sat down with Adama Diomande. Dio, here's a preview of that interview.
When did you realize that you were a great soccer player?
I feel I was a good player since I was 5, 6 years. Nobody told me that I was a good player. I just told to my parents I want to play football because I always watched football on TV. I always had the plan A and never plan B. So that was my mentality since I was young. I always kept going year for year for year for year, and I'm sitting here today and I'm successful and I'm happy, and I'm just glad to be healthy and playing football.
When you were young, I mean, you've said it yourself, you know, since you were 6 you wanted to play in the EPL. How gratifying was it when you actually got to play with Hull City and kind of see one of your dreams unfold in front of you?
First of all, I signed for Hull City when we were in the championship. So from there, I signed when I was injured from my groin and I was out 5, 6 months. Of course, that was a tough time of my career, and I just had a lot of good friends that I always talked to and family that always supported me. I'm always gonna believe that one day I'm gonna play in the Prem.
Always great to catch up with Dio. You can see that full interview and the entire game as Dio and LAFC take on the Earthquakes up in NorCal, a game you can see on YouTube TV Saturday night. Back to the US Open Cup as we put a wrap on this Inside LAFC. The Falconer program is really cool. Seeing those Falcons fly at Banc of California Stadium can take your breath away. But they also provide some great moments to tell a wonderful story. The story of Jack Bryant. Here it is. We'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Jack Bryant. I was the honorary Falconer at tonight's LAFC game.
Hey, Jack! Welcome.
Nice to meet you. Well, nice to meet you. How are you? Good.
Jack is an extremely old soul, probably the hardest worker in anything that he does, whether it's school or sports. He doesn't do things less than 110%. Jack was always kind of big for his age, and so he took to sports pretty young.
I've been in sports since I was probably first grade. I did Little League, and I started playing soccer in like second grade. I played goalie predominantly. I wasn't very fast, so that helped. And I played through 8th grade.
He ended his soccer career when he was diagnosed with cancer. So Jack was first diagnosed at the end of 8th grade. He was diagnosed with a rare type of Hodgkin's lymphoma. So at the time, as a family and as a parent, you're just in a whirlwind. And how I describe it is, when people ask me how I'm doing, I always describe it as, you know, Jack makes it easy for us because he handles it so well.
This is the top 3 things I've ever done. It's awesome. I just wanted to, like, my recovery phase was back to normal as soon as possible. And so sports helped me do that because it let me, like, being physically active took my mind off things and it allowed me to just be myself.
He doesn't want to be defined by cancer. He chooses not to be defined. Watching a kid that's so hardworking and stoic, with authentic joy in his face as he's holding the Falcon, is priceless. And I don't even hold up my camera because I want to take in the time that he's having.
Keep going, man. I've been there. My dad has cancer. My sister-in-law has cancer. So we're going through it, and I know you're going through. So stay strong, man.
Keep going strong. That smile, you can't lose it. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, thanks for
So I can't thank LAFC enough for the opportunity.